Arnold Schwarzenegger is back in action with the release of Terminator: Dark Fate, reuniting with James Cameron and Linda Hamilton for the first time since Terminator 2. While known for his explosive action films, it's worth recognizing his underrated dramatic work. Check out Men's Health's ranking of every Schwarzenegger movie, excluding minor releases. In this film, Dave, portrayed by Kevin Kline, is coerced by the Secret Service to act as the president, played by Kline as well, to cover up the real POTUS affairs. Despite its lightweight and forgettable nature, Dave serves as a 2-hour escape from reality. Arnold Schwarzenegger also makes a brief appearance in the film, adding a delightful touch. Whether Dave belongs on this list is up for debate, but Arnold's cameo makes it worth mentioning. In 1969, Arnold Schwarzenegger starred in his first movie, Hercules in New York. This film is considered one of the worst movies on the list, even making Sabotage and Red Sonja look good. The studio didn't even credit him by his real name, instead going with Arnold Strong. To make matters worse, they dubbed over his voice. However, perhaps the silver lining is that today, this film is largely forgotten, allowing Schwarzenegger to move on from it as well. The movie, The Villain, released in 1979, is a Western parody without the wit of Blazing Saddles. Directed by Hal Needham, it heavily imitates Mel Brooks' style but falls short. The humor, centered around Western tropes and stereotypes, quickly becomes tiresome. The main character, named Handsome Stranger, exhausts the one good joke by repeating it endlessly. In short, this film fails to impress with overused and poorly landed jokes. In 1979's Scavenger Hunt, Arnold Schwarzenegger delivers a solid joke as a gym instructor who knocks out Tony Randall with a medicine ball. Despite his comedic timing and imposing physique, this punchline also marks the end of his screen time. Unfortunately, the movie itself is described as crummy, with unimpressive craftsmanship. While Schwarzenegger stands out, he's unable to save the film. Watch the original post on YouTube. The 1985 film, Red Sonja, is a joyless follow-up to Conan the Barbarian. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Lord Calidor, a supporting character to Brigitte Nielsen's lead. The film lacks the campy fun of its predecessors, taking itself too seriously. Schwarzenegger himself called it his worst movie and used it as a disciplinary tool for his kids. Watch it if you want to see a campy fantasy suck dry of life. Tom Arnold's film, The Kid and I, didn't receive favorable rankings, but its pure intentions and heartwarming backstory make it worth mentioning. Arnold produced this movie for his neighbor, Eric Gores, who has cerebral palsy and loves true lies. The film blurs the line between fiction and reality as Arnold's character lands a role in a True Lies copycat. Unfortunately, director Penelope Spheris couldn't bring much meaning to Arnold's writing, and the appearance of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis feels forced. Nonetheless, they seem better off with limited screen time. In 2014, the movie Sabotage was released, featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger. However, there were numerous issues with the film, particularly in the direction by David Ayer. Despite its excessive violence, the movie fails to deliver engaging action sequences or any meaningful impact. Ayer's attempt to showcase his directorial skills falls short, resulting in a disappointing overall film. Even Schwarzenegger's performance couldn't save the flawed structure of the movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger's involvement in the Expendables franchise leaves us questioning why he took on such trite roles. These movies rely heavily on fan service and references to iconic franchises, lacking substance. If you want to appreciate Schwarzenegger's legacy, watch the films that initially propelled him to stardom. In a disappointing turn from action hero Arnold Schwarzenegger, the film End of Days falls short on delivering a thrilling experience. Despite pitting the Terminator against Satan, the movie fails to capitalize on its unique premise. With lackluster performances and a confused direction, this experimental disaster offers little enjoyment for viewers. While it may have made some profit at the box office, it ultimately falls short of its potential. Arnold Schwarzenegger's performance in the film Aftermath surprised many viewers who only know him as an action hero. However, this project doesn't showcase his acting talents effectively. The story follows a bereaved husband seeking an apology for the mid-air collision that took his family's life, but it's based on real events. Schwarzenegger seems uncomfortable in a film grounded in reality, and his miscasting is more disappointing than the film's direction. Arnold Schwarzenegger's 2002 film, Collateral Damage, didn't live up to expectations. The movie, released amidst a time of heightened anxiety after September 11, seemed to lack Schwarzenegger's usual enthusiasm. Perhaps real-life events affected both the film and the actor. Despite Schwarzenegger's status as an action legend, Collateral Damage was disappointingly standard. This left audiences frustrated. Taran Killam's Killing Gunther, featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger, disappoints as Gunther's character is hardly in the movie. Despite the idea of hit persons trying to bring down the top contract killer, the film falls short, leaving audiences wanting more Arnold. Overall, an embarrassing film even with Schwarzenegger's appearance. Greetings, folks. Today, we bring you a guilty pleasure movie review. Jingle All the Way, released in 1996, is undeniably bad, yet strangely captivating. Witness Arnold Schwarzenegger being outsmarted by Sinbad and getting drunk with a reindeer. Brace yourself for a Santa Claus fight scene, resembling The Matrix, but with multiple Saint Nics and the Terminator. This cheesy, underwhelming film still manages to find its way into our annual Christmas movie lineup without any hesitation. Shop now and check out the full post on YouTube. In the 1997 film Batman and Robin, Arnold Schwarzenegger played the role of Dr. Victor Fries, also known as Mr. Freeze. While it's unlikely that your dad is a supervillain like Mr. Freeze, it's still amusing to imagine what that would be like. In the movie, Schwarzenegger's performance as Mr. Freeze was heavily criticized, but it's important to note that the issues with the film go beyond his acting. Despite the film being widely considered as terrible, Schwarzenegger stands out for delivering cheesy puns about ice and dinosaurs, making him the king of dad jokes in comic book movie history. In 1994, Arnold Schwarzenegger starred in the comedy movie Junior, where he played a scientist who gets pregnant. While the film may not be flattering, it satirizes its own absurd premise. Although not as good as Twins, it showcases Schwarzenegger's excellent comedic timing, proving that he is a double threat in both action and comedy. Austrian banker, Emil Rottmeier, fakes a psychotic break in Michael Hafström's escape plan to distract guards while his fellow inmate plans their escape. Schwarzenegger's background adds depth to the scene, enhancing the otherwise basic movie about two guys plotting their getaway. The highlight is Schwarzenegger's breakdown, making his pairing with Sylvester Stallone a net positive. In 1990, Arnold Schwarzenegger starred in the film Kindergarten Cop as Detective John Kimball. Despite being known for his macho image, Arnold didn't hesitate to take on the role, showcasing his dedication and personal enjoyment. From screaming at kids to introducing them to his pet ferret, his performance was loved by fans. Don't miss out on this adorable and entertaining movie. Red Heat, a 1988 film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi, is a fantastic buddy cop comedy that reinvents the genre. Directed by Walter Hill, known for his no-nonsense style, the movie delivers exactly what you'd expect. Despite being politically dated, the pairing of Schwarzenegger and Belushi as foils for each other works perfectly. The film's success lies in their comedic timing and their iron-jawed straight man dynamic. Check out the original post on YouTube. Eraser, a 1996 film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, is a solid addition to his filmography. After struggling with previous movie releases, Eraser marked a return to form for Schwarzenegger. While not as impressive as classics like Total Recall and Terminator, Eraser offers plenty of action and memorable one-liners. This mid-tier Schwarzenegger film satisfies fans of his unique style. In 1988, Arnold Schwarzenegger starred in Twins, a movie that defied expectations. This schlocky 80s comedy takes a sentimental turn, with Schwarzenegger playing Julius Benedict, a lovable character who just wants his brother Vincent, played by Danny DeVito, to love him. Despite its goofiness, Schwarzenegger's charm and DeVito's sliminess make Twins surprisingly watchable. Stay tuned for more updates. Raw Deal, a 1986 movie, could have been a disaster, but the talented team behind it saved the day. Shot by renowned cinematographer Alex Thompson, edited by the legendary N.V. Coates, and written by Norman Wexler, this film has more artistic merit than it needs. Despite Arnold Schwarzenegger's casting, the real star here is the incredible crew. Last Action Hero, a 1993 film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, is often overshadowed by its predecessor, Total Recall. While both movies play with self-awareness and action movie cliches, Total Recall is considered a masterpiece, while Last Action Hero is merely good. Directed by John McTiernan, the film captures the love for action movies but lacks a clear direction. Despite this, it remains an enjoyable celebration of Arnold's status as an action legend. Critics may have initially dismissed the 1987 film, The Running Man, but it has now been recognized as a prescient piece of work. Adapted from Stephen King's novel, it accurately predicts the influence of TV on pop culture and has influenced movies like Battle Royale and The Hunger Games. Set in a dystopian future after a global economic collapse, the movie combines silliness with seriousness to deliver satire. It's time to give this movie a second chance. Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer are iconic films that define Arnold Schwarzenegger as a movie star. While some may see him as a mere muscular figure, these movies showcase his contributions to action movie history. The original Conan is highly recommended, as it not only spawned a sequel but also initiated a short-lived fantasy epic craze in the 1980s. If you're a fan of Schwarzenegger, this is a must-watch. The article discusses the 2013 action film, The Last Stand, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. It praises the film for paying homage to Schwarzenegger's career without insulting the audience's intelligence. The director, Kim Ji-woon, is commended for his disciplined filmmaking and energetic direction. The film follows Sheriff Ray Owens as he defends a small town from a major crime. Instead of relying on references to Schwarzenegger's past movies, the director references his own work, resulting in a great performance from the star. The movie, True Lies, is a mixed bag when it comes to its portrayal of race and sexuality. In today's world, such content is unacceptable, but the film still manages to entertain. If you can overlook its flaws and accept the unlikely premise, you're in for a fun ride. It may not be Arnold Schwarzenegger's best, but sometimes we all need a simple and entertaining movie. In Wade Vogel's weepy zombie flick, Maggie, Schwarzenegger delivers more than expected. The movie falls short of greatness but is still decent. Wade finds his zombie-bitten daughter, Maggie, and brings her back home, even though she left to protect her family. The film lacks momentum and the stakes never really matter. However, it is beautifully portrayed, and Schwarzenegger is devastating in his role as a torn father facing the inevitable demise of his daughter. Maggie may not go anywhere, but Schwarzenegger captures the grim truth at its core. In the 1985 film Commando, Colonel John Matrix, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, is known for his one-liners. But for some, the movie is all about a 40-second gear-up montage, where Matrix effortlessly gets dressed and prepares for battle. The scene showcases his efficiency and military discipline. Although he may leave a party in ruins, at least you can count on him to be on time. In the 1987 film, Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger showcases his action star status by taking on one of sci-fi's greatest monsters. While other 80s action stars have their own fan base, Schwarzenegger's performance in this movie sets him apart. Directed by John McTiernan, who later made Die Hard, Predator proves to be an exhilarating spectacle and a testament to Schwarzenegger's commanding presence on screen. The Terminator series is a perfect metaphor for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like the relentless T-800, he will stop at nothing to accomplish his goals, but he just wants to impress and entertain. Hanging out with him might be risky, like getting blown up or crushed by a tank. The Terminator films define Schwarzenegger's career, with the iconic image of the leather-clad cyborg. Despite a drop in quality after the first two movies, the cool factor of the Terminator remains. In 1976, Joe Santo directed the film Stay Hungry, which showcases Arnold Schwarzenegger's acting skills. The movie, much like its protagonist, follows a carefree and lazy Southern boy on a quest for nirvana through inertia. Jeff Bridges plays the lead role, supported by Sally Fields, while Arnold portrays a free-spirited bodybuilder aiming to win the Mr. Universe title. Schwarzenegger's cheerful and magnetic presence captivates viewers, whether he's lifting weights or playing the fiddle. This film is a delightful and light-hearted journey that will leave you in a state of pure joy. The iconic film, Total Recall, from 1990 is not what you may think. It is a clever satire of action cinema that showcases how these films can numb our senses and blur our thinking. Arnold Schwarzenegger's performance as the action star perfectly embodies the film's parody. Total Recall is a wild and entertaining spoof that showcases Schwarzenegger at his best. Don't miss this all-time classic.